Let's continue reading with About Earth. When we read last time, we were talking about Earth's gravity, and today, right now, we are going to read about water on Earth. If you notice, these pages about Earth's gravity were all in black, but these pages that we're going to read right now about water are all in this bluish green color. Oh, and then when we switch to a new section, the color changes. It's another text feature that authors sometimes use with nonfiction text. So let's take a look. Water on Earth. There we go, that's better. How much water is on Earth? There is a huge amount of water on Earth. Water covers more than 70% of the Earth's surface. The oceans make up most of Earth's water. Water is also found in rivers, lakes, and ice. So let's look at this photograph down here. This is the longest river on Earth, is the Nile in Africa. And so look at this photograph, how it helps us understand how long and big this river actually is. Here we see another photograph, and this says, if all the ice in the world melted, the seas would rise, that means to go up, by about 230 feet, 70 meters. Many places on Earth would be flooded. That is not good. And here we have our pal Zudu, who says, let's take a closer look at the sea. Now, this next question asks, why is the sea salty? So everything that we're going to read on these two pages is going to be addressing this question about the salt. Much of the salt in the sea comes from rocks on the land. River water runs over rocks that contain salts. So the river water becomes slightly salty. That means just a little bit. The river then flows into the ocean. The ocean becomes more and more salty. So look, let's use this photograph to help us understand. The water from the river is going over these rocks. Every time it goes over a rock, it gets a little bit of salt. And then all this salt builds and builds and builds. There is a salt lake on Earth called the Dead Sea. It is the saltiest body of water on Earth. This is because the rocks on the mountains around it are salty. The Dead Sea has so much salt in it that you can float without even trying. And if you wanted to know what that looks like, look at this photograph. Have you ever floated in the water before? It's a lot easier to do when your water is filled with salt. Where do humans find water to drink? Let's see. We can't drink salt water. Where do we get our water from? Most of the water on Earth is salt water, but humans on Earth cannot drink this water. They need to drink water that is not salty. This water can be found in lakes, rivers, and streams. It can also be frozen or found underground. The fresh water found in lakes, streams, and rivers has a small amount of salt in it, but people can still drink it. Before we look at these pictures, let's look at this one down here with words. People can make dams and lakes to catch rainwater or river water. So let's see, boys and girls. This section was talking about water that people can drink and animals. It has to be fresh water. We don't drink water that has a bunch of salt in it because that will make us sick. So we can find that through lakes. It could be frozen. We can have dams collect the water from rain. Very good. And then that is the end of our section for today. All about water on Earth.